Hi, this is Steve Saravage. Let me ask you a question. Did you trio today? Let's face it, we all have simple routines we have to do. If you work for someone else, you know what you have to do. If you own a traditional business, you know what you have to do. You have personal routines you do every day. You have personal routines you do every week. And you have personal routines you do every month. But when it comes to your new home-based business, you really don't know what to do after you've signed up. You're full of excitement. You're a bundle of energy. So you clear off your desk, sharpen your pencils, fire up your laptop, and then you stare at the screen. You take out a piece of paper. What if I get 3? What if I get 6? What if I get 9? What if I get 12? What if they get 3? What if they get 6? What if they get 9? What if they get 12? You just realized something. You can become a millionaire over and over again just by drawing circles on the paper. All in theory. But what do you really need to do to become really successful in this business? The answer is simple. The good news? It's easy to do. The bad news? It's easy not to do. You must make this a part of your everyday routine, and you will become successful at this. This is a business, not a hobby. You must treat your new business as a serious business. You must make a commitment to yourself and to your sponsor that you will dedicate a specific amount of time to genuinely work this as a business. You must take action. Simply follow the 3-step process in this video called your Personal Trio Action. Let's call it your PTA for short. By now, hopefully you've made a list of people you know and had a basic business planning session with your sponsor or your upline. Your list must be written down. The list in your head doesn't count. You must commit to these 3 simple steps. Step number 1. You must invite 1 to 3 new people to watch a video presentation each and every day. Go over several invitation techniques and go over what to say to a new prospect with your sponsor or your upline. And this is important. Send the invitation through the outreach manager in your back office. Step number 2. You must follow up with everyone you invited to watch the video. This step is a much bigger task than the one in step number 1. Almost no one will automatically call you back. When you try to follow up with someone, it will seem like no one ever answers their phone or they haven't watched the video yet. Your goal is to collect a decision. Let me repeat myself. This step is a much bigger task than the one in step number 1. Either yes, they want more information. Set up a time for a 3-way call with your sponsor or your upline. No, they're not interested at this time. Or yes, they're ready to get started. If they're at their computer, help them enroll right away. The outreach manager will let you know if your prospect opened your email and if they viewed the video. If they're not interested at this time, make a note in the outreach manager. It might be that they are still under contract. Find out when their contract is up and follow up later. Before we move on to step number 3, let's review. Step number 1, invite. Step number 2, follow up. However, if you do step number 1 and step number 2 daily, you will eventually run out of people to invite. The statement in step number 3 is what changed my life financially. At first, I didn't get step number 3. Once I've mastered step number 3, my life changed financially. I want you to write down the next statement. The person who is responsible for changing my life financially, I haven't met yet. Now say it out loud. The person who is responsible for changing my life financially, I haven't met yet. You must internalize this statement. Looking back over the years, for me, this statement played out with 100% accuracy. So let's move on. Step number 3. Perform 1 to 3 random acts of compliments to complete total strangers daily. A simple compliment, a genuine compliment to someone you've never met before. Maybe you're in the supermarket line and the customer in front of you gives the cashier a hard time. Simply remind the cashier that working with the public can be challenging, then compliment him or her on their people skills, on how well they handled the situation. The next time you're dining out at a restaurant, before your server brings you your check, tell your server that you would like to speak to the manager. The server will then ask you what's wrong and what they could do to help. Simply insist on speaking to the manager. When the manager comes over to your table and asks what's wrong, simply say that you wanted to personally let him or her know how wonderful your server was and what a great experience you had at their restaurant. They will talk about your random act of compliment for days. Building your mental muscle with an unprovoked compliment will build your confidence that you can talk to anyone. A compliment leads to a conversation. A conversation leads to an invitation. An invitation leads to a new social member. A new social member leads to a promotion, and a promotion leads to a bigger paycheck. Let's say your compliment didn't lead to a conversation, which didn't lead to an invitation, which didn't lead to a new social member, which didn't lead to a promotion or a bigger paycheck. Oh well, your compliment just made someone's day. So let's get back to our original question. Did you trio today? More importantly, did you pass this message along to your teammates? This is Steve Saravage, and have a great day.